Hello everyone and welcome to my Sister Wives Gossip. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Giudice apologizes for timing of asking Trump to release dad. Giudice of The Real Housewives of New Jersey is speaking out and apologizing for the timing she had of her asking President Donald Trump to release her dad. She is hopeful that Trump will pardon Giudice and he will be allowed to come back to the United States. His marriage may be over, but he still wants to be here and with his daughters. Giudice's big apology. Gia spoke to people along with the other stars of Bravo's Next Gen NYC. At this time, she explained that she didn't mean to ask this on the 4th of July and realizes it was bad timing. Gia said, "I apologize for posting that on the 4th of July. I got so much crap for that. I felt so bad." She went on to explain more about why she posted it when she did. Gia said, in her post, Gia explained she wanted him to get a pardon as a daughter who misses her dad. It wasn't about the fact that he was a celebrity on reality television at all. She just wanted her dad back. Gia's sisters probably want the same thing, and as the oldest it would make sense that she would ask for it. Joe asks for pardon too. Giudice has been posting on social media as well, asking for a pardon. He isn't the only one though. Tiger King Joe Exotic posts asking all the time. Todd and Julie Cristin were just released from prison by President Trump. They are hopeful that they will get the same treatment from him, and it could end up happening eventually. Joe isn't spending time in prison at least, but he already did his time. One big thing was that he got deported and isn't allowed to live in the USA now. In a raw and revealing moment that has stunned fans of The Real Housewives of New Jersey, Giudice, the eldest daughter of Teresa and Joe Giudice, is offering a heartfelt apology over the timing of her public plea to former President Donald Trump to intervene in her father's deportation case. Though her intentions were born from pain and love, Gia now admits the moment may not have been appropriate, and she's finally breaking her silence. A daughter's plea. Back in 2020, as Joe Giudice awaited deportation to Italy after serving time for federal fraud charges, Gia took an unexpected step. She tagged then-President Donald Trump in a tweet, urging him to help keep her father in the United States. Her words were simple, but carried the weight of a desperate teenager. "At Real Donald Trump, please help my dad. He deserves to be here, not in another country away from his family." The tweet made headlines almost instantly. It sparked both support and outrage, coming as it did during a politically charged moment in American history. Some fans sympathized with Gia, recognizing the heartbreak of a young woman watching her father be ripped away. Others criticized her for invoking the name of a controversial political figure at a time when the nation was deeply divided. Gia, then a college student, largely kept quiet in the aftermath, until now, speaking out at last. In an exclusive interview with Bravo Insider, Giudice opened up about what motivated her plea, how the backlash affected her, and why she's ready to apologize, not for what she said, but for when she said it. "I wasn't trying to make a political statement," Gia says, her voice soft but resolute. "I was just a daughter who wanted her dad home. I didn't think about how it might look or who it might upset. I thought Trump's the president. Maybe he can help. That's all." Gia explains that the years surrounding her father's arrest, imprisonment, and eventual deportation were some of the darkest of her life. "I felt helpless. My mom was falling apart, my sisters were devastated, and my dad, he wasn't perfect, but he was our dad, and then he was just gone." The backlash and the silence. The social media storm that followed Gia's tweet caught her off guard. Suddenly, she found herself trending, not as a reality star, but as a flashpoint in a national debate. Many saw her plea as tone-deaf, coming during a period when families at the border were being separated and immigration policy was under severe scrutiny. "It hurt," Gia confesses. "People were saying I was entitled or clueless, that I didn't care about other families who were suffering. That really hit me hard. I do care. I was 19. I was scared. I didn't know how to help my dad. That tweet was me trying to do something. Anything. The media frenzy faded, but the impact lingered. Gia says she withdrew emotionally for a time, hesitant to speak out publicly about anything political. I didn't want to make another mistake. I didn't want to be seen as the girl who asked Trump for a favor. I was more than that, but that's all people seem to see. Now 23 and preparing for law school, Gia says she has spent a lot of time reflecting on that chapter of her life. She doesn't regret trying to help her father, but she does wish she had chosen a different moment or method. I realize now the timing wasn't great. The country was going through so much: racial injustice, pandemic stuff, political tension. My tweet felt like it ignored all that, and I'm truly sorry if I added pain to anyone who was already hurting. That was never my intent. She adds, I just wanted to bring my family back together, but I see now that I didn't think about the bigger picture, and I should have. Giudice responds, from his current home in the Bahamas, where he now resides after leaving Italy, Giudice spoke briefly to support his daughter. Gia has more heart than most adults I know, Joe said in a video call. She was a kid in pain who tried to do right by her father. She didn't owe anyone an apology. But that's the kind of woman she is, strong, honest, and brave. Joe admits he was touched by Gia's actions, even if they sparked controversy. She went to bat for me. That means everything. Teresa Ways and Teresa Giudice, never one to shy away from defending her daughters, also chimed in. I'm proud of Gia for owning up to how people felt. Even if I don't think she did anything wrong, Teresa said, she didn't do it for attention. She did it for love. That's who Gia is. Fans react. Since Gia's interview dropped, fans have poured in with support. Many expressed admiration for her growth and maturity. One fan tweeted, Giudice didn't owe anyone an apology, but she gave one anyway. That's class. That's character. Another wrote, we all say dumb things in our teens. Gia did it under a microscope. Let's cut her some slack. Still, a few critics remain skeptical, suggesting the apology comes years too late. Gia, however, isn't letting the negativity dim her intentions. Looking ahead, Gia says her future in law is partly inspired by everything she and her family went through. Immigration law is something I've thought about pursuing. I've seen how complicated and heartbreaking it can be. If I can help other families stay together in the right way through the system, that's something I'd be proud of. She pauses, then adds, I know some people will never forgive me for that tweet, but I hope they can at least see my heart was in the right place. I love my dad. I'd do anything for my family. That's all this was ever about. Final words? Giudice's journey has never been an easy one. Growing up on reality TV, dealing with public shame, and weathering the storm of her family's legal troubles would be enough to break many young people. But Gia has emerged stronger, wiser, and now more self-aware than ever before. Her apology may not fix everything, but it does something arguably more important. It shows growth.